This is New Day Northwest. Now from the Primera Blue Cross studio, here's Margaret Larson.
Good morning and welcome to New Day Northwest. First up today, this is for all you foodies out there. The Bite of Seattle is coming up this weekend, and here with a delicious preview is Chef Jo Soeung from Garden Grille and Bar. Welcome.
Thank you for
have an
having
amazing
me.
array, and I was just telling you, I can smell the rub. It smells so good. What are we making?
We are making Cajun salmon cakes.
Oh my gosh,
Whether you want it in a big burger slider, big burger buns or sliders, it's totally up to you. You can also eat this one with rice pilaf and seasonal vegetables.
Oh my goodness. Let's get started. How do we do this?
All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to poach our salmon.
The salmon, okay.
So
move this over here.
We have
about any suggestions on choosing salmon?
Well, it totally depends on what flavor profile are you wanting to achieve. The wild coho salmon has more that wild flavor of water. Atlantic is pretty much just the basic one. The king, it's one of the best salmon I've ever had, but it's pretty pricey. So it really depends on the season. If you want to be practical about it, just do the Atlantic salmon.
Very good.
It's always on season.
So we're going to poach this.
We're going to poach this one. So we have our water simmering over here.
Here we
in our
go.
pot. Now what we're going to do is just sprinkle this one with black pepper.
Just pepper, or we're going to put salt
and
on
then
it
a little
as
bit
well?
salt as well. Yep.
It's so amazing with all the chefs that come on the show. I mean, probably the biggest secret that gets revealed is that salt and pepper is a pretty good idea on just about anything.
It is, and sometimes
don't forget.
All you need is just simple salt and pepper.
So that goes in a little tiny shallow bath of water for about how long?
For about 15 minutes.
About 15 minutes. Now, can you tell when it's cooked by just the color?
Yes, actually, we do have our
you've got one all finished, so that you don't have to wait. Now, you guys are going to be part of the Bite Cooks, which is an event within an event. Within the Bite of Seattle is the Bite Cooks. What is that?
The Bite Cooks is a feature in the Bite of Seattle where local chefs do demonstrations and also a cook-off, the one that you guys see on Food Network.
And then do we get to eat, or is this just watching the
Well,
demo?
for the, you guys can get free recipes from us, of course, to try it at home.
I love that. And we get to watch you do that.
And you get to be a judge.
You do?
You can be a judge, too, for the cook-off.
Awesome. Does that involve tasting or just watching?
Tasting those.
Then put me down as a judge. There's also the alley at the Bite.
Yes.
Explain that real quick, and then we'll continue with our
Absolutely.
Our
so
recipe.
the alley is a showcase of local restaurants here in Seattle. We have like 6 local restaurants that is showcasing their amazing food for only $20.
That's so great because you get to go in and maybe experiment with food you haven't tried before, restaurants you're not familiar with. So again, more goodness tucked inside goodness. All right, so we've got the poached salmon. Now what happens?
And before I forget, that's also benefiting the Food Lifeline.
The alley is?
Yes, it is.
Oh, that's great. Food Lifeline is obviously
amazing,
responding to hunger in our community.
Amazing. So before we do this one, because when we poach the salmon,
I see it cooking already
for 15 minutes, this is what's going to turn out to be.
Okay, looks like so.
So it's going to turn out to be an array of pink and orange flesh that comes with it.
And you see the color all the way through, and you know that it's finished.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
After 15 minutes, all you got to do is put it in the refrigerator, let it cool down for about 45 minutes, and this is what's going to turn out.
Okay.
Then after that, while we're having that over there, we're going to saute our onion.
Do I need to do anything with this, or we're just leaving it sit?
Yes, actually, you can.
What can I do?
Help me flake the salmon.
I will do that. Any trick to this, or do I just pull it apart?
Just pull it apart.
Okay. I'll work on this. You go over there.
And I'm going to go ahead and saute this.
Possible that I might eat a bite of this while it's being flaked. There'll still be plenty.
So while we're sauteing this one, I'm going to go ahead and start making our cilantro lime aioli that will go very good with our salmon cakes, Cajun salmon cakes actually.
That sounds like a good aioli for anything we want to eat.
Yes, it is.
Okay, so you're doing your onions.
I'm doing my onions.
You've used a red onion. Now, do you just let them sweat a little bit, or how much
Just let
do
them
you cook
sweat a
them?
little bit. So you can do 2 types of onions if you want to. You can do red onions because it has more savory flavor on it, or you can go to the sweeter side, which is we have over here in Washington State, Walla Walla onions.
Yes, I love Walla Walla onions.
So while Margaret's flaking the salmon,
I am done. I have completed it. I'm ready to be judged.
All right. So we're
Here's
going
my
to
free bite. This is the salmon tax for working.
we're going to mix the aioli really quick.
Okay.
Okay. So we're going to do half a cup of mayonnaise.
Does it matter what kind?
Well, you can do heavy duty or light. It really depends on your dietary needs. We
Yeah.
also have vegan mayonnaise if you want to try that too
Right.
as well for a change.
Does it matter in terms of if you do the low fat, it doesn't mess it up?
No, it doesn't really.
Okay, good.
Then we're going to add our roasted garlic, which is on. Can go ahead and saute this one a little bit.
Alrighty. Give those babies a little run around. This one escaped. Get back in.
And then we're going to do a fresh zest of lime.
Ooh, that looks good. And that's going to help kind of add to the benefit of the rub, right? We get
Yes.
these wonderful complementary
Absolutely, and it's
flavors.
fresh. So I recommend every household to have a zester because you can, from cinnamon to nutmeg to zesting limes to pretty much everything.
And you're showing us how to do it. I used to think I was doing it wrong because stuff was stuck in there, but that's just the way it goes. You just
That's
give
right.
it a couple of bops on the bowl and it's ready.
And then we can go ahead and mix this one.
Mix this up. Do you want me to mix this into the salmon?
No,
No,
it's going to be a
just mix
separate
it up.
one.
Okay.
While Margaret is mixing that one, I'm going to go ahead and chop her some fresh cilantro for the aioli.
Okay. This is such a cool thing because once you have it done, if you make it up in batches, just put it in the fridge. Right?
Absolutely,
Put it in
and
whatever
when
you
you're making the salmon cakes too as well, you can make it 3 days ahead.
You can?
Yes, you can.
Wow, and just put it in the fridge and it'll stay plenty fresh?
Absolutely.
Wow, okay.
All right, so
That was super easy to flake. That was just perfectly cooked. Okay, so we got our onions done. What goes in next?
our onions are going to go to our salmon cakes.
Okay.
Okay.
And
This is
we
the-
have just about a minute left.
Alrighty.
Shall I mix this up?
Yes. I'm gonna
Okay.
mix the panko with it.
Whoa! The panko went right in. How much is that?
That is a cup of panko,
Okay.
a tablespoon of Cajun seasoning.
Yay. And you make your own, right?
Yes, I do. A little bit of salt, half
Okay.
a tablespoon of that. A little bit of pepper,
Pepper.
some liquid smoke.
Oh, interesting. And you're just using a little
Yes.
tiny bit, huh?
Yes.
Oh,
And
wow, I can
then
smell that.
a tablespoon
What is it?
of olive oil.
Olive oil.
There you go.
Is that going to give us the moisture to put it all together?
Yes. And then 2 eggs.
2 eggs.
There you go.
Alrighty.
Panko is really good for binding.
Very good. Okay, we're going to have to wrap up.
I'm sorry.
I feel better. I do that a lot at home. So obviously we just mix up our patties and we can cook from there. And this is what you end up with, you guys. Just these beautiful sliders. Is it a brioche or what kind
That's
of?
a brioche.
It looks wonderful.
You can also make do some grapefruit slices to go with it, some fries or fresh fruit. So.
Oh my goodness. Thank you so much.
You're very
okay,
welcome.
I just want to finish this up.
Do
so we
not
can have
forget
cook
to
it.
put the lemon zest on the mix.
That matters as well. Remember, the Bite of Seattle is happening this weekend, July 20th through the 22nd at the Seattle Center. But first, head over to New Day's Facebook page for your chance to win one of 2 pairs to the tickets to the Alley event inside the Bite. That's the stuff where you get to go see what all the chefs are doing and you get to eat. You are served. Comment on the post pinned to the top of our page with what your favorite food is, and you'll be entered to win. Good luck. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Up
for having me.
next, a round of other fun events happening in Western Washington headed your way this summer. We're going to tell you about that after a break.
This New Day cooking segment brought to you by Ferguson Bath Kitchen and Lighting Gallery, powered by Electrolux.